Welcome back to Bootleg Garage. Today I have a 69 Chevelle that we're going to put rear disc brake kit on. It used to have the drum set and he wants it all fancy smancy and stopping good. It even has everything here. Today only, we're not going to run the lines today. We're just putting the caliper and rotor kit on. As you can see, amazingly, usually Chevy's frames will sag, they will tilt, and you have to buy an offset shaft kit. But this one, he is really lucky. This is a really good frame. With my eye, I can see they're sitting positive camber right now, so, but no shims are in it. We'll probably put an 1/8 front and rear on that. But let's check out the kit. Now, before you actually bolt this thing down, it comes with, for this bracket, so the caliper sits square, shims. And I'll show you those shims right over here. We have the thicker ones, middle ones, and the thin ones. The thin ones are the ones that I found. I've already pre-mocked up, so we won't waste your time with that. But it's a pretty nifty kit. They even have locking nuts for it. The best thing to do when mocking it up is if you have like some nuts and bolts that you can just put on and take off, because these, once you get them on, they will not want to come off. I mean, they can come off, but you really don't want to take them on and off too many times. So that's what I did. I used some regular nuts and bolts. And there's our bracket. This one's for the right side, so you can see it. And this is where these shims fit in. My friend that was going to put it together himself, he had the big one, so that's when I came up with that. And these are the calipers right here. They look like ones from a 70s Camaro, because they got the ratcheting piston. And I'll show you how to adjust those. Believe it or not, they do need to be adjusted. You put a little screwdriver in here and move this arm back and forth till you have about a space, I don't know, maybe about that. You'll see. So let me get you set up and we'll get to doing this. All right. You can see how I mocked it up. So having 3 different shims like that, that's telling me there are 3 different style axles that they were going on. And let me get these out of the way. And I'm going to show you something that you have to look out for, and what their very vague instructions tell you to do. Okay, let me pull the other pin. If you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I got dead center. And that's with all the goodies in place. This will actually end up sliding in and out like it's supposed to. That'll work just fine. Oh, the other thing is, I'm going to show you how to properly put this style pad on. So let me move this out of the way. And right here is where the problem is, let me get you out of the sun. Okay, now you can see it. Right here, there was a lip. Let me see. There we go. Right there was a lip. So I ground down just that little bit of lip. This little scuffing here is just nothing, as you can see. What they tell you to do, but what if you have to replace the rotors in the future? Or the next person that owns a car? Well, they get a surprise because they'll go, look, the hole's not big enough. Well, the company that wants you to put this kit on wants you to grind this and not this little spot right here. It's like a little teeny ledge and you have to bring it down. So when you slide it on, it sits perfect. No rocking, nothing. It sits flush with the back of the axle. Now, they also gave you these. These take up the space of where the backing plate for the drums, where all the springs and shoes go. To put that in there, I think it's probably for reinforcement. But you can see here, all I did was, oh, let's see if you can see. There we go. And let me get these guys off. Yeah, as you can see, I just used regular ones. That way you can take them on and off real easy. It's tied up against there, and I know where I'm at. So we'll take all this off. Okay. And 9/16. There we go. And here's that little spacer. So now that we got these all off, I'm going to pause you and bring over the air parts. All right, welcome back. What we're going to do now, I'll lift you in the air here. What you see here is what happens with this style of brake pad. If you do not knock these little guys down a little, and then you have to bring it in here, and it should try to start, and then you take channel locks and squish it the rest of the way. Otherwise, you get that noise. Oops, sorry. You get that noise. All right. And Chuck's going to edit that out, isn't he? All right. Let's try this again. You see these little tabs? They get knocked down just a little bit. Otherwise, you'll get this rattle when you're stopping. What you'll do is you'll knock those two down. Put it right there. It'll start a little. And then channel locks and squish it. So I'll show you. But first, disc brake quiet. Now remember to inhale that really well. It'll make you feel good. Okay. So I'm going to get to the hammering if I can find a vise. I found one, and it's down there. So we'll take everything and move it over there. There we go. Okay, sorry, had to bring over a caliper. Got to use the tools at hand. Just a little. Then you'll see right here, they'll cooperate, that it goes right in here. See how much of a, see how it's like that. Take your little channel locks, squish it the rest of the way in. Now lock this brake pad from going tinkety tinkety tink. Ooh, I might have to take some of that off. That happens. There we go. And she's going now. Whoopsie. Of course. Okay. It looks like I gotta take it back off. Take some of that out. So, just, I'm not used to his hammer. Oh, right there. That should do it. There we go. See how it's locking it in. No more clinkety clink. And we'll do it again to the other one. And then we'll put it all together. Be right back. Okay, next you want to lube. Use your lube here. Where the pins go. And I had a small brush. And oh, there it is. Get a little brush, get some goop. And you can see right here. And right here. And this is what I'm using. Ceramic. Forge brake system grease. Because I want it to work really, really well. So I want the pins to jam up. So and there. Then I like doing it on the pins too, or the little sleeves. Sorry, I'd have a better brush, but yeah. Yep, this one seems to be working good. Okay. I'll show you. That sucker slides real easy now. And let's do the others. And then we'll put it on the car. Now, while you're doing these, the neat part is they marked them where they go. Let's see if you can see that R. R and L. So we're on the left side. I'd like to point out this pain in the ass little spring that holds tension on the pad. You gotta be careful with that. It's got to be in there. And it just holds on to the edge of the piston in the caliper. And then it rides like that. Well, you'll see. So let's take it over there. Let's figure out a good place for you. Okay, here we go. Now, there we go. These are the bolts with those wonderful little pinch things. Guess you're there. You're there. And interesting. There. All under you. You guys are trying to take them. Let's put these in. Right now we can get this apart. There. And get that started. One thing I like using is the electric tools, but the problem on this one, the axle comes down at a taper and then out. So you can't get an electric tool on it. You're going to have to do it all by hand. So I'm going to have to just show you where everything goes. So I need this guy. See, they tell you to remove the axle for this little plate, which takes up, like I said, the plate of the backing plate of the drum. So we know he's not going to be hot rodding. We just cut it in half. The interesting thing is the kit doesn't give you a fourth bolt for the fourth hole. So I'm going to get this tight down and then we'll go from there. Okay, now that I got that pain in the ass, okay, I got the reason why they want you to pull the axle. Because putting those bolts on is kind of a bitch. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, they're super tight. So it's just easier. Hopefully you don't have it full of fluid like he had it built and it's full of fluid. And it's simple. You just pull the pin, pull the air pin, push these in, take the C-clips, slide them out, and then there you have it. Then you can just get that all done. And then just slide them back together. But just, like I said before, mock them up before you pull the axles. Just makes it easier. Okay, so now the fun part of getting this caliper. Remember that crazy spring? So you gotta hold it together. That little spring, hold it in there. Sorry, I should have had this on already. There. It'll help if you put at least one of these on. Okay, that's it right there. And get this rudder so it doesn't move while we're doing this. On the ends of the pins, it's best to also put a little lube on those. We can just do this way. And they'll go through those little O-rings real easy. And there. Okay. Now, put the cap back on. Okay. And there. Just slide that in there. And that will fall out just like that. Yes. That's just so much fun. Oh, that's what I did wrong. But, oh, because somebody else was doing it. This goes like this. I don't know why. It's been a long time for these older brake pads set up. And there. See, that'll hold that clip. And that's what's gonna hold it so it doesn't fall out when you do this number. Let's flip it over right. And then it won't fall off when you're putting the pins in. And here's the other pin. And where's my goodie? Oh, she wants to be a little bugger going on. Let's show you what I'm doing.
Here's your drink right behind you, okay?
All right. There we go. And usually these are about 35, 39 foot-pounds. I could look in the book again from back in the 70s. They should have in your manual the one that comes with how to put it on. A torque spec somewhere, one would think. Yeah, I could use the electric tool, but just want to make sure everything goes nice and smoothly. Click. See how it, and I can tell you that's centered. Okay. It's pretty darn centered. Hopefully you can see that. Now, I don't have a pair of, yeah, that's way out of adjustment. So, yeah. Yep. I'm gonna see if I can find me a small screwdriver and some vice grips. And then we can do that. Okay, I'd love to show you this one better. It's gonna be a little harder to see, but that's what we did back in the old days. for the Cadillacs with four-wheel discs back then. And the Camaros. Those were basically most of the main cars that had this setup. Now you get this behind the piston. Now that's adjusted. Now I'm gonna see if I can show you that space. See what I mean? That's it. It's as far back. When I started, it went way back. So that's about it for this time on Bootleg Garage. Hope you learned some. Oh, I wanted to show you one other thing. Yeah. This is the very vague. You'd think that they'd give you a diagram somewhere in this, but I don't see any diagrams. That's it. It just, and then it goes into another language. It shows you everything that's there. Doesn't show you a diagram how it goes on. It's just kind of a few rough pictures. Yeah. And then these are for the emergency brake that it comes with. And they want you to weld this somewhere. I guess wherever it's convenient for you. So you'll need a welder while doing this, just for that part. But that's it. So, hope you enjoyed this time. Got a lot of stuff for my brother to edit this time. Hey, don't forget to buy the stuff and do all the likey stuff. And we'll see you next time. I gotta get busy on the other side. Late.